Indianapolis 500 before. I was a driver with a great promise, and results haven't been what you were looking for. We just watched the guy walk out of here that's probably a little down from the second place finish. How are you feeling with a third place run?
Well, I mean, obviously, well, I feel great about it. At the same time, if we were two laps longer, I'd probably be drinking milk right now. So, I mean, I feel great about what my guys did today. Someone just told me we passed 67 cars today and didn't win. I mean, both guys were finishing ahead of me. I passed Hildebrand probably 4 times today, and I passed Wheldon once. So we knew we had probably one of the best cars out there. At the end, you know, we were running probably a little bit too much downforce to really do some of those big numbers, which is why Dixon passed me after that last restart. And I just couldn't quite, I didn't quite have the pace out front. But in traffic, I was as good as anybody. So it feels great, to be honest. You know, my Service Central guys did a fantastic job all day, staying level-headed. We went down the lap with 70 laps to go, got the wave around, but that took us from 5th back to I think 17, and we worked our way all the way back up. You know, so I mean, it feels really good to be sitting where we are right now.
Understandably. Questions, Susie? We've got a couple over here.
Oh. Yeah, Graham, what was your view of JR's deal there through 4, or did you just come around and there you go, there you saw him in the wall or whatever?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look at it. I've made that mistake before. I don't know how close Wheldon was to the back of him, but you know, that's a tough spot. He must have gotten really high.
He was going around the guy. He said 83 to 83.
Oh, okay, well. Anyway, I did the same thing and made the same mistakes twice. So, you know, but I had run fairly high there earlier, and a couple of guys had, and the grip was okay up there. I think Firestone did a fantastic job creating a tire for this race that, you know, truthfully, the marbles were never bad. You could always kind of pick a lane, whether it be outside, inside, not too wide, but, you know, you had some freedom to run. You know, because otherwise I wouldn't have passed, as I said, 67 guys. It wouldn't have been possible, you know, but they made a tire that was strong enough in which, you know, you could do that, and it was dead consistent for me. I know a lot of guys were falling off, but our car was really good. You know, in the long run, we were the best car out there today. And, but as far as JR, you know, I obviously, you know, feel bad for him that he was in that position. Certainly he was in that position because of what the team had done for him to get him off strategy and put him in that place. Because like I said, really, you know, I passed him 4 times today and he was never quicker than us. So overall, I would say that you learn from the mistakes that you make and you move on.
How much of...
That's okay, go ahead.
How much... You were doing a lot of passing in traffic. TK did the same thing. He was down and back up. Seemed like 3 or 4 guys throughout the race would be back and then fight their way up to the front. What happened there that you just couldn't get over the edge? Now, and I'm talking about all of you, not just yourself. Is there anything in particular?
What do you mean get over the edge?
I mean get up to the front and keep it.
Well, in my circumstance, I think it was the downforce level we picked. We picked it because we knew where we were starting. We picked it because we knew we were going to have to be good in traffic, and we were excellent in traffic. I mean, we never made a single tire pressure change that I know of, or made a wing change or anything like that. We don't have adjustable wing pillars, so whatever we picked is what we were running. A lot of guys could probably trim out there at the end. You know, that was really it. Flat out for me. I mean, you know, like I said, if you saw the last restart, I took the lead from Oriole, and then Dixon passed me a couple laps later. It's just simply, you know, I know what wing angles they're running, and it's far less than us, and so the straight line speed is going to be higher. And at the end, I would say the same was true for Wheldon. You know, he just had more pace. When I came out of the pits on cold tires, he just flat out had more pace than me, so I just couldn't quite keep up.
Did the Ganassi cars all have similar strategy, and if not, were you just really surprised that you beat guys that have won, you know, multiple Indy 500s?
I don't know what their strategy was. Obviously, I saw Dario come in on the last yellow. But am I surprised? Not really, because I could have told you last week, I thought we probably had the best race car of any of our teammates. You know, when we're sitting there, and we don't debrief together or anything, but when you kind of hear the mumblings from the other trailer as far as what they're thinking and how they're feeling, I don't think anybody felt as confident in their race car as I did. And so I'm not surprised. Now, they were obviously faster than us, I think, today, an outright pace. But our strategy was pretty simple. Actually, what I'm most impressed about is we never did anything off strategy, which I thought to get to the front we were definitely going to have to do that. But we didn't, and overall, I mean, like I said, my Service Central guys just did a fantastic job all day. You know, I don't think we lost a spot in the pits all day. I don't think that we, hurt ourselves at all on or off the track. I don't think I made any mistakes, and overall, it's just a good day.
Graham, for just people looking at this, they might consider what Dan was able to do in his first start with this team, and possibly the only start of the whole year, a surprise. Can you explain why it is or is not necessarily a surprise for the way that turned out, and also if you've had a chance to talk to your dad after your great run?
I mean, I don't see what Dan's done as a surprise at all. You know, Dan's a fantastic driver. He's always proven that, particularly here. He's always been really good. He's won here before. That team is really a, from what I see, that was a three-car team this month. Tagliani, Wheldon, and Bell. All three cars were fast as can be. So, I'm not surprised. My hat goes off to Dan. He's a great guy, and he did a fantastic job today. Did exactly what he needed to do, and as far as talking to Dad, I saw him briefly, said a couple of words, and then kind of just came over here. So I'm sure I'll see him more this afternoon.
Okay, Graham over here. You've been coming here a lot of years, if not as a driver, you've observed it as son of Bob. Do you have any opinion why the results, let's call Las Vegas favorites, did not perform, and the unexpected teams did so well?
Because it's Indy. Flat out. I mean, that's what I put it off to. This place, when you think you got it figured out, it bites you. I mean, it's Indy, it's so tough, but I thought today was so special. I mean, the whole thing, the atmosphere was fantastic, the crowd looked great. The whole build-up to it was incredible. So it was a very special day. So, but as far as those guys that you thought were gonna dominate and didn't, it's that's this place.
I'm sorry, follow up. Penske really did not perform.
I was surprised about that, actually. I'm not gonna lie to you there. Because I raced with Briscoe a couple times. I passed Elio a couple times. Past Will, and they didn't have it. I mean, you could see Briscoe just did not feel comfortable all day. Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that they weren't faster.
Graham, there was a lot of talk with the weeks leading up to the race about the double file restarts and scrutiny about it. How did it feel out there?
Felt good. You know what, honestly, I thought with the changes that they made and letting us just race, I thought the restarts were great. There was a lot of passing opportunities, plenty of excitement. I haven't watched a race tape, but I thought that the excitement was incredible, inside of the car. The last restart I passed 7 positions, and there were 3 lap cars in there, so 10 cars in one corner. It really, I think that it gave you the opportunity to do that. People would get bogged down, or it moved the cars around just enough that you had to be really like almost on the grass, on 4 to make it work, and it was good fun. I'm not sure that's going to work on the road courses, but I think on all the other ovals from here on out, that should be the way it is. Just let us go racing. Put it in our hands. Don't give us 20 rules in which we have to work by, and that's going to just make it harder and more confusing.
Graham, what was it like, if only briefly, to lead the Indy 500? I mean, what was it like to be at the point?
It felt good, but obviously my focus was go as fast as I possibly can. And I had Dixon breathing down my neck, and I could see that, and it felt nice, but I hope that's not the last laps I lead here.
Dick?
Well, Graham, in recent years, one of the complaints has been not enough American drivers. Now we've got 2 that finished 2 and 3 and almost 1 and 3. Do you think this is going to attract more Americans?
I don't think that the results attract more Americans. I think what it comes down to is IndyCar racing is I think it's on the rise. We saw it today. I mean, the ticket sales were up huge. You could visibly see the difference from this year to last year in the crowd size. I think that's what attracts people, because that's what attracts sponsors. You know, that's what will attract drivers, is the opportunities that the sponsors present them. You know, clearly in my case, at Service Central, I'm here because of them. JR is at Panther because of National Guard. That's what's going to attract people, is the opportunities that they see. But I think as far as the show, today it was far more passing today than I thought would ever be possible around here. And I thought it was a hell of a lot of fun, that's for sure.
Graham, you mentioned earlier that you don't have the adjustable front wings. Is that by choice, or is that because it's a new team?
No, rear wing pillars. That's not necessarily by choice, but you know, there's two ways to look at it. Yeah, it's an advantage. At the end there, under yellow, you could crank a little wing out of it. You're going to go faster. At the same time, you know, there's a story about the Ganassi boys a long time ago. They were telling me that they took out rear wing accidentally and added front wing on Jimmy Vassar once, which is obviously going to turn the thing like a top. So, you know, you can shoot yourself in the foot too with it. So, you know, really it just came down to, we're a new team as of 5 months ago, and we haven't gotten around to that. There's a lot of other things that we need to do before making adjustable rear wing.
We announced our team on your team on a kind of a cold day in this press room, and this was a pretty darn good result to me. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, I mean, we're riding a high, second and third. I mean, it feels fantastic. So, and obviously to be the highest finishing Ganassi car, I'm not disappointed.
Thank you, Graham.